worker is not a high school student earning weekend pocket money. In fact, 88% of those who would benefit from a federal minimum wage increase are age 20 or older, and 55% are women. Here's another myth, Larry. Increasing the minimum wage would cause people to lose their jobs.
That's just not true, Laura. A review of 64 studies on minimum wage increases found no discernible effect on employment. Additionally, more than 600 economists, 7 of them Nobel Prize winners in economics, have signed on to a letter in support of raising the minimum wage to $10.10 by 2016. Here's another myth for you, Laura. Small business owners can't afford to pay their workers more and therefore don't support an increase in the minimum wage.
But Larry, that's just not true. A June 2014 survey found that more than 3 out of 5 small business owners support increasing the minimum wage to $10.10. Small business owners believe that a higher minimum wage would benefit businesses in important ways. 58% say raising the minimum wage would increase consumer purchasing power. 56% say raising the minimum wage would help the economy. In addition, 53% agree that with a higher minimum wage, businesses would benefit from lower employee turnover, increased productivity, and customer satisfaction. Here's another myth. Only part-time workers are paid the minimum wage.
That's just not true. About 53% of all minimum wage earners are full-time workers, and minimum wage workers contributed almost half, 46%, of their household wage and salary income in 2011. Here's another myth for you. Increasing the minimum wage is bad for business.
That's also not true. Academic research has shown that higher wages sharply reduce employee turnover, which can reduce employment and training costs. Here's one more myth. Increasing the minimum wage is bad for business.
And for the economy, but that's just not true. Since 1938, the federal minimum wage has increased 22 times. For more than 75 years, real GDP per capita has steadily increased even when the minimum wage has been raised. Here's another myth for you. Increasing the minimum wage will result in job losses for newly hired and unskilled workers in what some call a last one hired equals first one fired scenario.
That's not true, Larry. Minimum wage increases have little to no negative effect on employment, as shown in independent studies from economists across the country. Academic research also has shown that higher wages sharply reduce employee turnover, which can reduce employment and training costs. Here's another myth. Teenagers hold all fast food jobs.
That's simply not true. The median age of fast food workers is about 29. But here's another myth for you. Minimum wage employees can work their way up and eventually own a franchise.
Well, I know that one's not true. The dream of upward mobility, however, eludes most workers. The National Employment Law Project points out that about 90% of the fast food workforce is made up of frontline workers such as line cooks and cashiers. About 9% are lower-level supervisors who earn about $13 an hour, and just 2.2% of fast food jobs are managerial, professional, and technical occupations, compared with 31% of the jobs in the U.S. economy. As for the notion of working your way up to ownership, NELP reports that 1% of the fast food workforce owns a franchise. A purchase that could require $750,000 to several $1 million in financial assets.